Hi friends, in our last session we have completed with vapor absorption refrigeration system. In today's session we are going to see two most important terms, that is terms of refrigeration and then air conditioning system. In that we are going to study two most important air conditioners, that is window air conditioner and split air conditioner. This is Faizan Kagdi and I welcome you all to our lecture series of basic mechanical engineering. So let's begin with our topic. Now, the first topic, the first term which we have already discussed, that is refrigerating effect. So it is the amount of heat energy which is absorbed by the working fluid or a refrigerant from a space to be cooled, that is from a freezing compartment. Whereas the next term is turn off refrigeration. So now what is turn off refrigeration? The amount of heat energy which is required to be removed from water which is at 0 degrees Celsius and it is 1 ton. Okay, in order to form ice at 0 degrees Celsius, that is 1 ton ice in 24 hours. So that amount of heat energy which is removed is called turn off refrigeration. Next term, that is air conditioning. So we would say that air conditioning is basically a process of simultaneous control of temperature, air humidity, air movement and air cleanliness. Whenever we hear the term air conditioner or air conditioning, we usually think that it means reducing the temperature of a surrounding atmospheric air of our room. But in actual case, air conditioning means controlling the parameters, that is temperature, air humidity, air cleanliness according to our human comfort. Okay, air conditioner can be a air heater or air cooler. Okay, it could even heat the room as well as it could cool down the room. So basically we are regulating the temperature according to our human comfort. That means air conditioning. Okay guys, now let's see further. The basic elements of air conditioning system are, first is it consists of fans, so that is for circulation of air. Okay, fans are of basically two types, that is one would be a condenser fan which will be provided outside the room, and second is a evaporator fan, even it is called a blower. Okay, then after filter is provided for cleaning the air. Now control system is basically our evaporator. Okay, so basically we would say it regulates the amount of cooling or heating. So it is basically done by which device? So we would say by evaporator. Okay, that is our control system. Then after grill is provided, we know the function of grill. It is going to control the direction or a movement of air conditioned air, that is cooled air. Okay, next term is tray. So tray will be provided at the bottom of a evaporator coil in order to collect the condensed water which is obtained from air after cooling it. Okay, so we know that moisture content is present in air in our summer season, right? Humidity is higher. So in that case, air conditioner will dehumidify air. Dehumidify means removing the moisture. Whereas in winter season, we know that moisture content is lesser in air. Because of that, our skin becomes dry, right? So in that case, heater will humidify the air, which means will add a moisture content. So that is humidification and dehumidification. So remember, air conditioner, that is cooling, when it is used in summer, it is going to dehumidify the air. When it is used in winter, that is heater, it is going to humidify the air. Okay guys, so if dehumidification done, then water will be removed from air and that will be collected in a tray. Next is refrigerating plant, that is provided cooling. It consists of compressor, then after generator, or basically we would say generator and absorber. Evaporator, condenser and expansion device all are included in this refrigerated plant. Okay, now let's see next term, that is next topic is classification of air conditioning system. So first classification is based on arrangement of equipments. So first type unitary system and second is a central system. So if an air conditioner is constructed or manufactured in a industry and also it is assembled in a industry as a single unit, then that air conditioner is called a unitary system. Whereas in a central system, air conditioner is manufactured in an industry, whereas it is assembled at a site or a location where it has to be installed. So this is the main difference. Assembly is the main difference. In unitary system, it is already assembled in a factory, whereas in a central system, it is assembled at a location where it has to be installed. Next is based on a purpose. So we would say that comfort air conditioner system and industrial air conditioner system. Comfort air conditioner system means our domestic AC, okay, whereas industrial system is quite different, in which a central system we are going to use. Okay, next classification is based on according to season of year, which means we are going to use in which season, that is summer season, winter season or monsoon. Okay, so based on that we would say winter air conditioning system, then summer air conditioning system. Okay, and all season air conditioning system is also there, which can be used in all the seasons, either winter, summer and monsoon. Okay, now let's see our next topic that we need to see, window air conditioner. Okay, now the diagram of this window AC has been displayed on your screen. You can see that there is a partition provided, that is inside portion and outside portion. So that partition is basically a wall. Okay, on the left side of your screen, it is a representation of a room where inside is written, and outside position means it is a surrounding atmosphere. So the components which are present outside the room, that is facing the surrounding atmosphere, are electric motor, then condenser fan, condenser and compressor. Whereas the indoor units or indoor parts are evaporator, that is we would say evaporator coil, which is represented by green color, then evaporator blower or we can say evaporator fan. Okay, then grills which are inside the room, and along with that air filter which is again present inside the room. Now let's see how it's gonna work. So we would say that first of all we are going to start our electric motor. Once electric motor is started, it will run the evaporator blower, condenser fan and compressor. Okay, now when evaporator blower starts to rotate inside the room, what is going to happen? So a pressure difference will be established and surrounding room air will be sucked into the air conditioner. Okay, so when a air is sucked into a conditioner, first it will pass to the filter. Filter will remove all the dust particles which are present in the air, and then it will pass on that filtered air on a evaporator coil. Through the evaporator coil, refrigerant will be flowing. So the refrigerant at the inlet of an evaporator will be in a liquid state. Okay, and when it flows through the evaporator, it is going to absorb heat energy from a surrounding air and finally will get converted into a vapor form. Whereas in return, we would say that air is cooled down. Okay, and whatever moisture content which is present in a air will be condensed and will be collected in a tray. That cooled air will be supplied back into a room, which is represented from a top side. You can see the arrow is shown, represented by the blue color line. Okay, so that is a representation that cooled air is discharged back into a room. Okay, so this is a continuous process of sucking the air from an indoor space by means of an evaporator blower, passing it over the evaporator coil, cooling down the air and supplying back the cooled air or discharge back the cooled air into a same indoor space for maintaining a constant low temperature of our room. Okay, it is not going to do just once and will be stopped. It has to do continuously, it has to operate continuously. That is, it will suck, cool down and supply it back into a room. Again suck, cool down and supply back into a room. So this is one flow, that is a flow of air. Now we need to understand the flow of refrigerant. Okay, so how a refrigerant and what are the conditions while flowing through the different devices. So we can say that at an inlet of our evaporator, it would be a low pressure, low temperature liquid refrigerant. So from a bottom side you can see it is represented by a bold black arrow, that a low pressure, low temperature liquid refrigerant enters into a evaporator. After absorbing heat energy, gets converted into a vapor form. So from a top side you can see it is shown by the arrow that a refrigerant is leaving the evaporator. Now that refrigerant you can see is flowing through a pipe and will enter into a compressor, as you can see. Now in a compressor what is going to happen? So the pressure and temperature of that refrigerant will be increased, and at an exit of a compressor, which is represented by, again it is flowing into a condenser. So at an exit of a compressor we will get a high pressure, high temperature vapor refrigerant. that vapor refrigerant will enter into a condenser where heat energy will be rejected. Now, at the same time, condenser fan will be operating. Okay, so that condenser fan will pass the surrounding atmospheric air over the condenser coil. So what is going to happen? So heat transfer will take place from that high pressure, high temperature refrigerant to the surrounding atmospheric air, which is blown on a condenser by means of a condenser fan. And in return, the air, the surrounding atmospheric air will be heated up. So I have written that all hot air is rejected to the atmosphere. Finally, at the exit of a condenser, we will get high pressure, low temperature, liquid refrigerant, that is condensed liquid vapor. Okay, that will be passed into a capillary tube. So basically this capillary tube is going to operate as an expansion device, which will reduce the high pressure of a refrigerant to a low pressure which is required by the evaporator, and again the cycle of a refrigerant will repeat. Okay guys, so I hope that you are clear with the two most important flows. That is, one is a flow of air, that is how it is cooled down, and second flow is of a refrigerant, that how a refrigerant is providing a cooling effect. Okay, so let's proceed further. So you can see that I have written it is used for conditioning of air in a room. Commonly it is mounted in a window, and hence it is called a window air conditioner. Very simple. The basic function of a window air conditioner is to provide comfort, cooling, dehumidification, that is removing moisture, filtering and circulating the cool air. The components which are consist of, as I have told, that is evaporator, condenser, compressor and expansion device. Next, air circulation fan, each for a evaporator and condenser. That is, our evaporator blower is that, and condenser fan. Okay, working as I have discussed, that is a hot air coming from a room is flowing over the evaporator. It absorbs heat from air. The moisture of air gets removed on cooling coil surface by process of condensation of air. Then air again transfers into a room, so cooling effect is provided inside a room. The filter cleans the air coming from a room before it passes through the cooling coil, and a tray is provided at the bottom of a evaporator coil to collect the condensed water. The condenser fan circulates the air on a condenser tube, and a refrigerant is in a condenser reject heat to the surrounding atmosphere. Now it has certain limitations, that is, it produces noise in a room because compressor is very nearer to the room. As you know that compressor is going to perform a piston is going to perform a reciprocating motion, right? But even after providing a suppressor, noise is produced inside a room. So it is very disturbing. Second is it requires appropriate size of window in a wall. So if a window is not provided on a wall, then we cannot install window air conditioner. Okay guys, so now let's see our next type of AC, that is our split air conditioner. Split air conditioner is a modification of a window air conditioner in which, as the name itself suggests, split, which means we have splitted the window air conditioner in two parts, indoor unit and outdoor unit. All the components are going to remain same, that is evaporator, condenser fan, then evaporator, blower, filter, all are same, but just we have split it so that the outdoor unit can be placed anywhere away from our air conditioned room. Even we can place that unit on a terrace. Okay, so you can see a representation is shown, there is a flow diagram for a split AC is shown. So the square represents the conditioned room, that is a room it represents. Inside that we have placed an indoor unit where I have written that evaporator coil with a fan. Okay, and outdoor unit consists of what? So we would say it consists of a compressor, condenser and a capillary tube, which is shown outside the square, which means it is an outdoor unit. Okay, split into two parts, wherever we can place that part. Okay, function and a working is going to remain the same. So just what you need to mention is that there is a modification of window air conditioner. This unit differs from window AC in terms of split units into two parts, as I have told. So first part includes the evaporator, filter, evaporator fan and grill, and they are placed inside the room. Whereas the second part includes condenser, condenser fan, compressor, and this is placed outside the room. Okay. Now, first and second part is connected by a small diameter tube. So small hole is required in a wall for installation of a split AC. The split AC units are available in a capacity ranging from 1 ton to 3 tons. So it is very obvious that a benefit is there. we don't require to form a window in a wall. Directly we just need a hole in a wall to connect the two units, that is indoor unit and outdoor unit. So this is our advantage. As you can see, the compressor is outside of a room, therefore there is no noise of compressor in a room. And the second advantage is that no window opening is required. Even we can use this split AC for a decoration purpose. We can place this split AC on a ceiling, right, on a wall, or even on a wall which is facing between the two rooms. Whereas in case of window air conditioner, it can only be installed if one side of a wall is facing the atmosphere. Okay, at that wall only we can install a window AC. That was a limitation of window air conditioner, whereas this can be placed anywhere in our room. Okay guys, so with this we are completing with our chapter of refrigeration and air conditioning. I hope that you are clear with air conditioning system, that is window AC and split AC. In our next session we will start with our new chapter. So till then, stay tuned and thank you all.